Blog Talk Radio.
Don't touch me. I'll beat your brains out.
You believe in miracles? I mean, you can take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl. Let's get ready to rumble.
I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
George Fraser. That on George Fraser. Right there. But that's how it goes. California. The big game over Stanford.
I think that the NFL knows what Randy Moss has done with marijuana, and I think the NFL knows what Randy Moss does with marijuana.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Good morning, and thank you for joining me.
Top of the morning. Those of you already on Facebook Live, the millions obviously listening around the world on Blog Talk Radio live from Hollywood, California. I'm Alistair Conrad, and this is Tough Love. Hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday morning. A shout out to all my Jewish friends. Happy Hanukkah, which starts tonight. Hopefully you have a great 8 days. I think that's how long it is. I should know this. Anyway, holy Hannah, a lot to get to. Seriously. Happy December. The time is right for New England. As a Vikings fan, it's not the best time to go to Foxborough. The Patriots are 50-4. I'm pretty sure I saw that stat right. 50-4 at home in December under Brady and Belichick. So Vikings got their work cut out for them today. I will get to that as is just starting on ESPN right now. College football playoff reveal. It's interesting. I feel as though it's supposed to be the best 4 teams. I want to believe that's how they do this. So therefore, in my opinion, I feel like Georgia, after watching them yesterday against the best team in the country, Alabama, belongs. I do believe that Ohio State, no offense to you, but you lost by 22 or 29 points at Purdue, 6-6 Purdue. You're out. To me, you're out. Oklahoma, you're good. Kyler Murray is possibly overtaken Tua for Heisman, and he is lights out. But Oklahoma is terrible on defense, and I think they would get run out by Alabama or Clemson. Notre Dame is bullshit. They sat on their couch yesterday while other teams had to play in a conference championship game. Granted, you're undefeated. You possibly belong. I still don't agree with the fact that they're an independent. It's all about money. I get it. But basketball, they play in the ACC. They should be in a conference, so they have to do what everybody else in a Power 5 has to do and play in a conference championship. For them to sit on their ass at home is bullshit, and everybody knows it. So that last spot will go to either Oklahoma or Ohio State, because heaven forbid somebody looks at Georgia and says, oh, you lost to LSU and Alabama, you're not good enough. I mean, after seeing Jake Fromm yesterday, who, by the way, is going to be a fantastic NFL quarterback, it's hard for me to say Ohio State or Oklahoma is better than Georgia. Georgia, unfortunately, has to play, a really hard conference, and it is what it is. So that is going to be revealed shortly. In Alabama, I guess I shouldn't say that. Georgia or Ohio State or Oklahoma versus Alabama. In that first game, it'll be Clemson and Notre Dame. So I guess we'll find out. But that Alabama-Georgia game yesterday was incredible. Such a role reversal, by the way, of last year's championship game. and how Tua came in to replace Hurts at halftime, leads them back against Georgia, and ends up, winning. Dino, I love you back. Winning the championship, and Tua obviously gets a starting job. And then yesterday, Tua goes down via injury. Hurts comes in and does exactly what Tua did last year in the championship game. It's incredible. It made me also think of back in 2001 when Tom Brady obviously supplanted Drew Bledsoe. But in the playoffs that year, people forget, Brady went down. Bledsoe came in the divisional round and won that game for the Patriots, only to have Brady come back the next week and start in the AFC Championship game against the Raiders, the whole Tuck Rule game. We know how that ends. Tua will start next week, or whenever the college football playoff starts. I shouldn't say next week. Whenever that starts, a month from now or the end of the month, whatever. I think it's New Year's Eve. Tua will start. And so the two dynamics yesterday that happened were incredible, of how it was a role reversal from last year, and then you can harken back to 2001 and see how it manifests exactly like that, because Tua will start again. It's not Hurts' job, just like it wasn't Bledsoe's job anymore. The one thing about that game yesterday, that fake punt that lost the game, aside from that missed 30-yard field goal too that went wide left. I text my buddies a couple times and I just kept all caps, wide left. That was a momentum changer, and that let Alabama back in the game, but none so massive as that fake punt. You had the opportunity, even if it was at the 20, that's a 30-yard difference. And, it's a lot easier psychologically to start at another team's 20-yard line instead of the 50, and not let them, it's just a mental thing. And Kirby Smart outsmarted Kirby Smart yesterday. But what a game. Georgia fans have just got to be sick today. And the best thing that would have happened yesterday would have been Georgia winning. So it would have been Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, because those are the best four by far. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, so you're going to have Oklahoma or Ohio State, and that's what it is. By the way, Haskins, Ohio State quarterback, great year. He's Cardale Jones. Why am I the only one who sees these things? Everybody's like, oh, he's so good, he's going to be a great pro. It's like, he's Cardale Jones. Cardale Jones did the same fucking thing. Same thing. Whatever. We'll see. By the way, two things real quick on college football before I move to the pro game. Kyler Murray, speaking of Oklahoma, this is how messed up and jacked the NCAA is. If you are on scholarship, any college sport, not just football and basketball, but if you are on scholarship, you are not allowed to get a job in college. That's just the way it's set up. You get free food, you get free room and board, you get free education, and they say that's enough. And so you can't even get a job at McDonald's. Kyler Murray got drafted the 9th overall pick by the Oakland A's, signed a $4.5 million signing bonus, and is allowed to play college football still. Do you see how that isn't right? That's not fair. Like, this guy is driving to class in a fucking Bentley when the other kids are figuring out how they're gonna buy a drink at the bar, or do anything. It's so wrong in so many facets. It's insane. And then the NCAA doesn't let them sell a jersey that they had. Heaven for fucking bid. They sell something that they wore in a game. Here's my left shoe. And you get put on probation. It is unbelievable. This kid just signed $4.5 million, and he's playing quarterback at a college. Yet you can't have a job on scholarship. It's shockingly unfair. And so I had to make mention of that. It's just crazy. Lastly, shout out to Central Florida. UCF, you're on a 25-game win streak. Good for you. That is very impressive. You came back against the stalwart Memphis football team yesterday in your championship game, and they came back to win the game with your star quarterback out, backup in, and it had a valiant comeback. Can we please stop trying to make excuses for them to be in the Final Four? You know, I mean, I love their story. I get it. They're doing good things, but they play in a conference that is not a Power 5. Just think about one game scenario is a lot different. You got March Madness, but doing it 2 times in a row, like they would have to do in the 4. And imagine if they were the 4 and they had to play Alabama. Granted, there's only 1 or 2 teams, in my opinion, Georgia and Clemson, that even have a chance at Alabama. Georgia showed it yesterday. But imagine if Central Florida had to play Alabama or Clemson, for that fact. Central Florida might have a chance at Notre Dame, and I'm selling Notre Dame short on that. I know my cousin Scott would shoot me if he heard me saying this, because he's such a Fighting Irish fan. But that's just imagine if they had to play in the Big Ten, or if they had to play in the SEC. Shit, even the Big 12 or the Pac-12. Central Florida plays talent that they are better than, but if they were to play in the SEC, they would be lucky to be 500. Please stop trying to include them in the Big 4. Ohio State? Did Ohio State? Oh, no. Okay, they haven't announced it yet. So, okay. With that said, they're still waiting, I guess. Last night, the fight, Wilder and Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. You guys know me. I'm a big boxing fan. And I was, it's always, it was a good fight. It really was. It was a good fight. I hate a draw. God damn it, I hate a draw. I mean, granted, they're going to have a rematch. And you know what? It's going to be good. Tyson Fury is a good boxer. But Wilder knocked him down twice. Once in the 9th, once in the 12th. I don't know how he got up in the 12th, because that was a 1-2 for the ages. But he got knocked down twice. So everybody's complaining about this 115, 111 scorecard for Wilder. And I'm like, if the rest of the fight was even, Wilder would win by 4, by 2 10-8 rounds. If everything else was even. So how is that scorecard bad? I don't understand. Like, Fury boxed really well, and that's exactly what I thought would happen. It's exactly what I told everybody who would listen, is Fury will outbox Wilder. There's no doubt about it. Wilder throws the most ridiculous haymakers. It's insane. It's insane. He does hammer throws sometimes instead of haymakers even. It's crazy to watch. But Wilder won the fight. Allison, so good to see you. Oh, if everything's equal, my girlfriend is on Facebook right now. Good morning, babe. If everything is equal, the rest of the fight, like I say, Wilder knocked him down twice. How does he not win the fight? That means you are giving Fury 7 rounds. 7-5, which not even, you're giving him 8. You're giving him 8 rounds, which I don't see that. I just don't see it. So it ends in a draw. I hate draws. Damn it, I hate draws. But it did, and it is what it is. So move on, move forward. But and they'll have the rematch and whatever. Deontay Wilder, I still would like to see him against Joshua. I will say this: Fury has such a interesting motion about him. His movements are very confusing. I can see how somebody would kind of be thrown off base. Wilder admitted he was uncomfortable, and that's because Fury's a fucking weirdo. And in the ring, he's weird. And he's like hitting himself in the face, and he's got great head movement. He's 6'8". The guy is 6'8". And like, you know, Marty, thank you. I appreciate that. Trust me, I really do. And I really wish I was on ESPN. But the guy's 6'8" and has like light feet. It's impressive to see. And he confused the hell out of Wilder. I would like to see a little round robin, if you will. I'd love to see Wilder, Joshua, and Fury in like a three-man round robin. That'd be great. The first person to 2 losses is out, just like any round robin. First person to 2 losses is out, and you move on. I think that would be so great for boxing, and it would be so good because the fight yesterday was super close. I can see it being a draw if there wasn't 2 fucking knockdowns for Wilder. Like, whatever. So, that's my take on that fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. Obviously, two really, really big games today in the NFL. Oh, I guess I should start. Maybe I should start with this. I'll start with the controversy, and then I'll move into the actual game. But Kareem Hunt, I mean, this is massive, right? This is a huge blow to Kansas City, or at least it seems as much on the surface, because Kareem Hunt is arguably right now a top 5 back. And he, is an idiot, can't control his emotions, hits a woman. Like, I have a hard time controlling my emotions, but I've never, you can't be that fucking dumb. God damn. Like, it's a woman. You're a professional athlete, a football player at that. Like, you should not be even remotely physical unless she's coming at you with, tire irons or, a knife or something. Then you can actually, grab and subdue. I allow that. But, dude, she's got nothing. I don't give a shit if she's in your face talking shit. It doesn't matter. It's like Bill Burr says. There's plenty of excuses to hit a woman. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. And so Kareem Hunt's out. And, who knows for how long. All of a sudden, there's another story surfacing about him beating up, or throwing a blow on some dude in a parking lot, and whatever. So a suspension of 6 games could even be greater. It's tough. It's hard for Kansas City, although I think Spencer Ware is good. And I think he's going to, maybe not do as well as Kareem Hunt, but I think Spencer Ware, he's legit. He's not the same guy, obviously. Otherwise, he'd be starting. But, yeah, he is a dick. Exactly, Dino. Like, the dudes, someday, dudes are going to learn not to hit a woman. Number 2, there's cameras everywhere. Everywhere now. And if you're in a hotel, there's cameras everywhere, especially by the elevator. Just throwing it out there. But Spencer Ware takes his place. He should do fine. I think Kansas City's not really gonna miss that much of a beat. Kind of like the Vikings last year when they lost Dalvin Cook. The way Dalvin was playing, everybody was like, "Oh, that's tough." Latavius Murray comes in, and they're different backs, but Latavius Murray did really well last year, and so I think that's kind of how it's gonna play out for Spencer Ware. I will say this. This is a real bad look for the NFL. Not like they haven't had a bad look in years past. It just showed its true colors the other day. But, with the Redskins, claiming Reuben Foster off of waivers, who got, arrested 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, or last week, for the same shit, only it wasn't on camera, and so it's unfortunate, but the NFL is a business, And it has been proven time and time again. If you are talented enough, if you are worthy of a spot on a roster, it doesn't matter what you do. It's proven with Kareem Hunt's going to get a job. Kareem Hunt's going to get a job. He ain't playing the rest of this year. There's no doubt. He's out. But he's going to be on a team next year. 100% guarantee he'll be on a team next year. Leonard Little killed a guy while driving drunk. Served 21 days in jail, which is a fucking joke. And then, not only that, but I don't know exactly how long after that, got another DUI. Guess what? The Rams kept him on the team, signed him to an extension, gave him a better contract than he did. The guy killed a guy. And they still were like, nah, he's really good at rushing the passer. I mean, this guy, I know he killed a guy, but he's really good at rushing the passer. So let's keep him. We got to keep him. The NFL is got such a bad look from this situation only because TMZ, which is the best dirt digger there is, but the NFL knew what the fuck happened. They know what's going on. They're not stupid. They wanted everything in their power to keep this video from surfacing. Everything. And, TMZ was like, we're gonna find it. We hear something, we're gonna find the dirt, and that's all there is. And they did. And now the NFL looks like an idiot, like usual, but they don't care. That's the thing. They don't care. They're the NFL. They're a $12 to $15 billion business. They don't give a shit. We still watch. We all still watch. Granted, would I like it if Reuben Foster didn't get claimed on waivers immediately by one of the shadiest franchises in the league? Yeah, that'd be great. But guess what? My Vikings play the Patriots today, and guess who's going to be front and center watching? I hate to admit it. I'm not supporting women beaters. It's just the sport I love. And I hate the fact that it's full of idiots. It's a real tough internal battle, but that's just the way it is. And the NFL knows it. And so they just, once in a while they got some, people who act a fool and, and do stupid shit. And then they're like, people will forget. And we do. And that's what happens. How much time do I have? 7 minutes? Yeah, that's about right. That's good. So moving on, like I mentioned, Vikings, Patriots. I said it in the intro. Patriots are 50-4. If you want to correct me on that, have at it. It's something like that. In December, in Foxborough, with Belichick and Brady. It is very, very difficult. I should go into a lot of depth in this game about, should happen, and if not, that's going to happen, and blah, blah, blah. This game is very simple. Very, very simple. All the Vikings have to do is look at Thursday night between Dallas and New Orleans. Granted, Dallas was at home, and if the game today was in Minneapolis, I would feel a lot more confident about it because the Vikings are very good at home, and that home field advantage is true up in Minnesota. But even with it on the road, the Vikings have to emulate what Dallas did on Thursday. You need to get pressure on Brady. It has been shown thousands of times, well, not thousands, but you know what I'm saying, that if you get pressure on Brady, especially up the middle, like they did on Breeze Thursday night, Dallas, then you disrupt everything. I mean, it's obviously it's more easier said than done, but that's how the Vikings will succeed today. And doing what Dallas did in controlling the clock. There was a lot of Ezekiel Elliott, and he did very, very good behind a really good offensive line, and the Vikings need to be able to control the clock. Do not get into a shootout with Tom Brady. I'm not the smartest dude in the world, but it's not that difficult. That is what has to happen today. You need to get pressure on Brady up the middle. You need a push from Sheldon Richardson, Tom Johnson, maybe Linval on the first and second down passes. Obviously, Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin need to do what they do. But that is how you're going to disrupt the Patriots on offense, who, by the way, activated Rex Burkhead today. A lot of people are like, whatever. Rex Burkhead fits into that offense magically. They got Shoney Michel. They got James White, Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman. They've got a surplus of weapons that the Vikings, and honestly, I don't know. I want to check something here. Defensive inactives. I'm looking for, excuse me, Xavier Rhodes. He's still questionable. Oh, that's good. Obviously, if Xavier Rhodes is out, that's tough. That's a tough loss, obviously. But I will say this, Holton Hill has stepped up. And like I mentioned earlier with Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe, Tua and Jalen Hurts, the beauty of the NFL is that it's an even playing field when it comes to physical attributes. I said this 1,000 times. It's all a mental game when it comes to the NFL and pro sports in general. Holton Hill has looked all right. And I'm not saying he is going to usurp Xavier Rhodes if he plays really well today, if Xavier Rhodes is out. But mentally is where you have to excel in the NFL and pro sports. You can get by on physical in college and down. Once it comes to the NFL and other pro sports, playing field is very level. And so therefore it's mental. And if you take advantage of your opportunity like Brady did and like so many other have, the whole Wally Pip type of deal, then you have the opportunity to play. Trey Waynes, hopefully Holton Hill plays so well that my wish for Trey Waynes to get the fuck off the Vikings finally happens. That would be the greatest thing in the world. Come on, Holton Hill. Come on. But Vikings on offense need to slow it down. They need to do what Dallas did. Slow it down. Run the football. Don't run it the first play of the game. I am a huge proponent of passing on the road on the first down, on the first play of the game. If you run it, you'll more times than not get stopped for a no gain or less. You feed the frenzy of the opposing crowd, the home crowd, and the defense. Play action pass to Rudolph. Take the 7-8 yards. Do it 2 times in a row. Whatever. Just don't run it on first down.
90 seconds.
Please run it more times than you have been. You need to play time possession with Tom Brady, and you need to rush the passer. It's as easy as that. If the Vikings do that, they'll be in the game. If they don't, it could get ugly and ugly fast. I got about 60 seconds left. I just want to touch real quick on Lamar Jackson. I keep hearing all these goddamn things, and it just drives me nuts. Again, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I'm not. But Lamar Jackson is not Deshaun Watson. All right? Deshaun Watson is a thrower, a pocket passer who has the ability to run. Lamar Jackson is a runner who doesn't throw the ball necessarily well. Can he improve on that? Remains to be seen. I truly believe Lamar Jackson will fail. Not wishing for him to fail. I just think he is going to fail. And all these comparisons, I just don't understand. It's just he's a running quarterback, you know? Although Dak Prescott was too at Mississippi State. He was the Tebow, poor man's Tebow at Mississippi State, and he's doing all right. So we'll see. Great Sunday night game. Chargers, Steelers in Pittsburgh.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Blog Talk. I love you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday fun day. See you Tuesday night. Tough love is out. Drive fast, take chances. Facebook Live.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Love you guys. Thank you. Nice turnout today. Go Vikes! Drive fast, take chances. Love you guys. And see you later. Bye.